I touched upon this briefly, but I want to go more in depth about balloons here. They are a source of getting seasonal DIY recipes, specifically the ones that you cannot get from villagers, such as the Halloween ones and the Toy Day festive ones. You can get any sort of other seasonal DIY from them, like the cherry blossom ones, the dreaded bunny day ones, and so on. But did you know that there's a specific way that balloons spawn? Also, if you hit a certain amount of them, you can have a chance at seeing the golden balloon, which you will see, and if you shoot that down, you'll get the golden slingshot recipe. Balloons spawn every 5 minutes on the 4 and 9 minute mark. So think 4:24, 5:39, whatever. They also go in a specific direction that depends on where the dock is on your island. For me, because my dock is on the eastern side, balloons start on the west, going from west to east in the morning at 6 a.m. and they turn around going from east to west from where the dock is at 6 p.m. every evening. This, of course, is in your local time, and the direction will change depending on where your pier is. So keep that in mind. Some people have put jail bars, the climbing walls, other tall items around to kind of funnel their balloons to them, and that's fine. I personally don't do that. I think it's a lot of work. I also have all of the recipes in the game, but if you're standing there farming for specific ones, I'm going to help you get to that quicker. You're going to want to go into a building, any building. Typically a villager house will do fine. You can also go into Nook's Cranny. Interact with that villager or Timmy and Tommy. I've seen mixed things about this. There used to be a thing prior to a patch many years ago where you could go into a building and you had to interact with them. However, I think that was patched out and you may just have to go into a building and then exit. But I personally interact with the person inside of the building, whether that's Timmy and Tommy or a villager in their home or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Cancel out of that and then go back outside. You want to make sure that you leave at the mark before the 4 or 9 minute mark. So leave it around like 3 or 8 minutes past. You can potentially also leave a little sooner than that. It doesn't matter. All this does is it resets the outside. Anytime you go into a building, the outside resets, and this also means that balloon spawns reset. So if you do miss a balloon that is going by and you happen to see it as you're entering a building, it won't be there when you go back out. This is to prevent you from getting something that you may have missed. Balloons do have 4 specific colors, and each color has a chance of giving you specific things. For example, with yellow balloons, you can get bells. There's a higher chance of receiving them at least. Blue may have crafting materials like clay or iron. Green may have furniture items, and red may have clothing items. However, red may also have DIYs. DIYs could also be found in any other balloon color. It just means that the specific color has a higher chance of giving you that item. So for yellow balloons, you have a higher chance of getting bells, but it's not guaranteed. So to almost guarantee a spawn, like I said, you're going to want to go into a building, leave before it turns to the 4 minute or 9 minute mark, go outside and run down your beaches until you find that balloon. It may take about a minute to show up on your map, like in your field of view, so you may not end up seeing a balloon until the 5 minute mark or the 0 minute mark. You're going to want to shoot that down, make sure that there are no items completely blocking it so it can land safely and grab it. Unfortunately, this may be tricky. You don't want to shoot it down near water as there's a chance that it may jump into the water because sometimes it can bounce. You can also get a balloon down by using a net, only if you're trying to get it from an upper level cliff. And it also has to, fly right past where you are. I haven't really been able to master this, and I also don't really care enough to try and master this. If you're interested in seeing somebody do that, though, I know that Dagnall did it a while ago on his channel. He did a challenge where he got balloons down with a net instead of using a slingshot. I'll link that video down in the description so you can check it out. In order to spot a balloon easily, you can generally hear the whooshing sound if you have your sound on in your game, especially if you're wearing headphones, and you can see the shadow of it passing over your island, on the ground, or on objects. So there's both an auditory and visual way to see it. You will definitely get that golden balloon once you've hit enough. You want to check your Nook Miles achievements to see how many balloons you've gotten, and then get that down with a slingshot, open up the gift, and you'll will see the Golden Slingshot DIY that you can make. Unfortunately, Golden Tools in New Horizons do break after a certain amount of time using them, which is really unfortunate because they never broke in other games, and I don't know why Nintendo did this and everybody hates it. Farming balloons can be really monotonous and time consuming and annoying, but if you're looking for specific seasonal recipes, it's a great way to get them. I've seen some people say that balloons don't spawn in the rain, and that is definitely not the case. I have totally gotten balloons to show up when it is raining. I don't know why there's that misinformation going around. You can also get them in the snow. However, you will not see them on Nook Miles Islands, Kapp'n Islands, or when you are actively engaging in multiplayer, like when your gates are open or when you are visiting another player on their island. You will not have balloons. If you want to get those DIYs from the balloons, I hope that this kind of helped you to be able to achieve that. Again, this is time consuming, but it is a great way to try and get things without having to trade with other people online or visit a treasure island. Anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know down below what your experience has been with balloons so far. I remember spending so much time trying to get all of the seasonal DIYs, and it was really annoying. Anyway, if you found this helpful, please leave any comments, feedback, or suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!